Ah! There's a shelf. I hit the shelf of my chair. Everything's okay though. Did I say chair or hair? I'll look back. I'm gonna edit this and I'll say the word. I'm not editing this. This is just to document the hair. Is this better? I feel like this is better. Wait, can you get the virus through your eyes? Do we have to do this now? There we go. I feel like this is a good look. I don't even know how close this happened. Like the cameras are sitting there. I just clicked on. It's my eyeballs. I gotta look at them again. So yeah, that's how. Fucking glasses. Just fog. It's just fog. The hair was the only reason for this video. God, I feel all slumpy. I wonder how blurry the frame is. I can learn that. Alright, so that was fun. Maybe there wasn't a purpose to this video. Does the mask muffle my voice? Day 1. No power. I don't know how this is recording. It's very jittery. Because there's not that much light in that corner that you're seeing on the screen here. So they're still working on the power. The power. You know. Wow, it's so bright on there. Look at that. Ooh, scary. So here we are, just muttering to ourselves. Because heaven forbid I was to speak out loud and somebody were to hear that I was doing so outside of the room. Because I hate that. I just hate it. It completely distracts me. Speaking of sound blanket. So yeah, I didn't even really think about charging flashlights. One flashlight. When I knew about the power being out for today, yesterday. Even though I know it gets dark early. Still don't think about the flashlight, so. I mean, how many times can you take a small hit of weed and blow it out the window and expect it not to actually smell in here? Because the exhaust fan is off. Twice so far is the answer. So yeah, we got rum and a bucha bottle. Because measurement's important. It does help, even though drinking too much is still a thing that happens every single day. It helps it not to increase it, but it'll like unknowingly increase. Just casually, it's like eating potato chips out of a bag. Like, you want to put those shits in a bowl, man. You're gonna be out of Lay's pronto. Played a little Game Boy. Color Game Boy. Ninja Turtles. But now the light is really shitty. And it's also Ninja Turtles on a Game Boy. So, while you've got the frenetic and wonderful, how many ever bits this is, version of the theme song, just like bashing out on the sewers, like your turtle is just kind of walking across the screen, and and that's his attack, and then he walks to the other side if there's somebody behind him. It's not very frenetic action to match the song, is what I'm saying. That's my review on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2? Back from the Sewers 2? Did I say 2? I can't see anything. How do we do lights without electricity? Like, how unlikely is it that we'll lose electricity for all humans in like certain areas of anywhere ever? But like, what's a contingency plan on just lighting? Everything else is a nightmare and would be to deal with, but it's either endless supply of batteries or fire hazards, as far as I can tell, because you can't charge anything. So we're just sitting here having a good time, having a great time, while you just stare at the backlit room. The lighting is so much worse just 3 feet away from those fucking channels. I'd read you some poetry that I wrote. But the lighting's bad. And I'm bad at reading. If I was better at editing, I'd be less cautious about reading because you smash cut that shit together. Andre the Black Nerd video game? Nope. Just the Black Nerd, his videos. You'd think it would be distracting editing, but it's not. It's hilarious. So, what have you been up to today? I don't care. Boring fucking humans. And their boring fucking jobs. It's not your fault your job's boring. Oh man, if you could figure out how to live off the grid with full access to the internet and the electricity grid and videos, production equipment, and also have some close friends that you see often and probably need help making stuff with because you need humans to make things on videos with like behind and front cameras. So other than that, I'd completely go for living off the grid. Also, in and out, I would kind of want regular access to that. So, living off the grid in a highly populated southern western part of California, United States. Great. Southern western? Is that what I said? Okay. So, I have a flashlight. Look, I have a flashlight. Oh my God! It's like magic. I think it is magic. I'll have to burn that later. Well, the cavemen weren't really a thing because you kind of got to move around a lot when most of your life is hunting and or being hunted. So, unless the weather and climate, like ice and snow, would really like be imposing such an option, I don't think many Neanderthals were living in caves. Campmen. That's it. Back in the days of the campmen, that's what they always say. Well, that's not camping, that's a vehicle. Which I agree with, but it's also fun, so fuck off. Dad. Just gonna yell at my imaginary dad sometimes. If things are going accordingly in the basement, so this is going, I mean, there's no heat. And it's December, so imagine this has to be a single day project. But I also know, like, service trades projects, things, don't go accordingly, ever. Not ever, even if it's just slightly not accordingly. It's, you're fucking drilling holes into buildings, taking pieces of buildings and putting them together to make other pieces of buildings, whatever the fuck people do with the goddamn drills and tools. So, just gonna sit here and make this possibly poor quality video journal? Sure, everything has to have a name and a purpose. Because if you just call everything content, then you're gonna piss off certain people online. For valid reason. It's a bullshit term that's used way too much. Call a movie 2 hours of content. It's a 2 hour content thing. It's completely fucking devaluing the film itself. But then again, you go on YouTube and see what the majority of people are doing on there. It's like, this is just literal fodder or filler or whatever. There's less substance than like television shows. And television shows exist to sell products. They got to figure out how to fill the time for 22 minutes in between commercials. That's why sitcoms and television shows exist. That's why quality largely doesn't matter. That's why television shows, at least until very recently, and still some today, are very repetitive and nothing ever changes because you've got to make sure people keep tuning into buying those fucking advertisings or products from the advertising. If cat videos existed somehow the way they do now, back when they started making TV shows, like, they would have just filmed cats. If they knew that people would just watch, they would just film cats to put in between fucking advertising, whatever keeps your eyes on the screen. That's probably why like so many TV shows aren't doing that anymore when they're not being broadcast on those type of networks. That's your only goal is advertising. All these shows that are like 6-episode runs, 8-episode runs, they're just long movies. Serialized movies. Netflix and streaming and such. It's wonderful. Sometimes. It's usually okay. Sometimes it's like 10 episodes. You're like, guys, this could have been 8. Easily could have been 8. i.e. every single Netflix Marvel series. Oh my god, cut 2 episodes out of every season, tighten those remaining episodes up. Well, you wouldn't cut the full episodes out. Each episode has like 8 minutes of just like, so many times I was sitting there, it's like, oh, it's holding on this scene where nobody is anymore. I wonder why it's oh, no reason. Okay, we just cut to the next scene. There was nothing that like was revealed. It was just awkwardly long. Like, so many of those could take a few minutes out of every episode, let alone just moments of dialogue where it's just like, yeah, no, I know. We're still talking about the same thing. Like, restrictions are good. Time restrictions, budget restrictions, they can be very good. Fucking watch full opening credits of every goddamn Daredevil episode when you know people are binging. Why did you make a 3-minute opening credit sequence for a modern Netflix show? You know people are binging it. You drop them all at once. People are going to binge them. Why does it have 3 fucking minutes of opening credits? And the skip button. You knew about the skip button and you still made the credits. What? Why? I can't remember what show it was. Damn. It's a really good show that would have opening credits on like full opening credits on like every 5 episodes. And probably due to time restraints because it's a televised show. And then sometimes the opening credits would just be like the title and a sound burst of music for a second, like a title card. And that's it. No actual opening credits. Like, for like 4 episodes. And then next one you get full opening credits. That's class. That's class. When you know that people, even if it's not binge like territory, is just like this show will exist on disc and collections because time passes. You know that they're gonna get tired of just like, mostly get tired of. I don't know if I ever got tired of Futuramas. They also remixed the music a couple times, which was really cool. Or maybe just twice and then beatboxed it once. I don't know, we're just stream of thought with Micah. Hey, Sears holding card. That'll come in handy. So, yeah, I had the impulse. I was going to the bathroom, and I grabbed the remote control for the television to pause it. Power's out, but I did that like a half hour ago. Like, everything's on pause now, except my brain. Ding. If we put a light over here. Oh, it's still tippy. Right underneath the wooden shelf. It's a good spot, probably. I might want to move that. Right underneath my microphone. Fire and electricity, that's our only, we don't have a middle ground for how to get illumination. Saw a lot of good Game Grumps lately. That's what would happen if the power went out forever. I'd just sit here and recreate Game Grumps for myself. Like those sad little movies that were just plays in Mad Max, Beyond Thunderdome, or turn movies into plays and little shows. Well, they are.